Hi, and welcome to the Blueshirts corner. So the Rangers took on the Winnipeg Jets and managed to fall once again for their second straight game. And I thought that the return of Derek Stepan, who was sidelined since November 27th with some broken ribs, I thought his return and his addition to the lineup would help spark something. But we just suffer our second loss in the last few nights. I mean, this is just, I don't know what's going on with this team, but we're falling apart in front of Lundqvist. We really are, and the fact that the way we lose to the Minnesota Wild 5-2 the other night, and then the Rangers are heading into last night's game versus Winnipeg, and we're looking to improve and to fix the sloppy mistakes that we've been making over the last few games. But of course, the Jets come out flying. Brian Little scores like 2 goals in the first 8 minutes as he's playing alongside Blake Wheeler and Andrew Ladd, and it seemed like all three of them were just skating around our guys with the puck all night. And I'm completely pissed off at the defensive zone breakout of this team. We can't get out of our own zone for nothing. And we spent so much time trying to recover from the mistakes that we made in those 2 goals that we left Henrik Lundqvist out to dry. Henrik Lundqvist is over here trying to make saves after saves, and it was just not the way to end the first period. And the Rangers, there was some hope though in the fact that JT Miller managed to get a puck in the back of the net. My dude, man, like JT Miller, I felt like this guy was going to score a goal. You know, he's the only guy that seems to stick to his game and continues to try out there. And it's good to see that, like the way he set up McDonough versus the Minnesota Wild, and now he gets a goal last night. I mean, this is good news. I mean, at least there are some bright spots to this team. But the fact that I'll be honest, the goaltender for the Jets, I mean, this guy Hellebuck, whatever his name is, you know, it seemed like this guy was like, I mean, his rebounds, like we had the opportunity to pot in some rebounds, but nobody's driving to the net. Nobody's there to pick up the rebounds. You know, Kevin Hayes and Keith Yandel, they were credited with the assist on the JT Miller goal. It's good to see that Kevin Hayes is getting back to what he did earlier in the year, and Keith Yandel finally, it looks like he's getting rewarded for the strong play that he's had. I mean, the guy carries the puck in by himself half the time. And I'm surprised he hasn't lost his mind after how many line changes and they leave this guy out to dry. But the Rangers they go into into the intermission trailing by 1, you know. But then Dustin Byfuglien with this booming shot as the Winnipeg Jets are on the power play gets this past Lundqvist, and now it's 3-1 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. And until the 14 minutes into that second period, there's another tally that went off the boards, and the Rangers are off of their surging power play, which entered the game 6th overall in the league. Derek Brassard won an offensive zone draw. Keith Yandel, who fires this on point, and of course Dan Boyle on the side of the net there gets this puck in the back of the net. Now it's a 3-2 game. I'm thinking, okay, now we have a chance to come back. But no. The defense, they left Tyler Myers all by himself with a wide open net, dangerous high slot area, and it's just a beautiful cross ice pass by Blake Wheeler. Tyler Myers rips this shot past Lundqvist's shoulder, and they're back up by 2 goals. And it was just into that third period, the Rangers' defensive zone coverage cost them, and the goal that just became a complete dagger for us. It was over at that point. Once Tyler Myers scored that goal, it was like the Rangers, they could not get they couldn't take their game to another level and come back from that. And Winnipeg sealed the deal with an empty net goal by Andrew Ladd, assisted by Blake Wheeler, who had a 4-point night. Derek Stepan was a -2 at 2 shots, 18 minutes and 47 minutes of ice time in his first game back, and nothing. You know what I mean? Now we're going into Sunday's game, which is tomorrow, and we're talking about, hosting a team that's at the top of the Metropolitan Division. I mean, the Washington Capitals. I mean, I thought that, the game versus, Winnipeg, the game versus Minnesota was bad. We're looking at Armageddon playing the Washington Capitals now. They've gotten really good, having TJ Oshie there and Evgeny Kuznetsov, of course Ovechkin, and Braden Holtby now is the best goaltender in the entire league, though he's been playing almost every game. So let's just hope that Braden Holtby, gets tired out or something, or we just having today off, that we work on some things and we get something going, because if this team loses to the Washington Capitals in the same fashion that they've lost the last couple of games, we're doomed. We really are. Like we're a sinking ship if we don't fix this defense. And the only answer is a trade. And it's like, I can't even think of who we could trade and for who. I don't think the problem is necessarily the players. It's the system and it's the leadership. I mean, we're missing, what it is? Like, we're missing guys like Brad Richards and Martin St. Louis. I mean, guys that really know how to get a team fired up. I feel like Ryan McDonough needs to take some notes from Mark Messier, because I mean, or we need to bring in Mark Messier to have a talk with this team, because we need that winning attitude, and I just feel like I'm not feeling it. I mean, we need that confidence. I'm just really hoping that Glenn Sather could reconnect with Mark Messier and just get this guy to come in and talk to this team, because I mean, we need a stern talking to by one of the best captains of all time to teach us to distill winning attitude back into this team. I'm just completely baffled at the fact that like going into this season, on paper, our defense was stacked from head to toe, and it looks like a sinking ship. I'm telling you, like our defense is literally becoming the Titanic. Like, it starts to sink the moment it hits the ice, and it's so awful and it's so horrendous having to watch the sloppy plays that we're making, and the guys we're not picking up. We're leaving guys wide open, and it's like, it's almost like the defense is penalty killing, and there's always an extra guy out there somehow, out in the open, and we're not picking them up. The fact that Henrik Lundqvist is leaving the back door open, and it's costing him goals. It really is. Like, that's the problem, is that like this team, they need to find a way to bounce back and fast, because I mean, for us to only win 3 out of the last 12 games, we're in big trouble. And this team isn't getting any better as the competition gets harder and harder. Like, our schedule, as we go in, it's getting deeper and deeper. Like basically, we got to take on the Washington Capitals. You know what I mean? Like, taking on the Washington Capitals tomorrow, and then we got to play Anaheim come Tuesday. And then we have at least, like a good 5 days off after that, that's what I'm really hoping is going to be the time that we take to get something going over that Christmas break. But the fact that we're playing in Nashville on the 28th of December, and then we play Tampa Bay on the 30th, we need to prepare. Like it's getting harder and harder, the schedule. I mean, going into January even too, we got to play Dallas, and we got to play Washington, and then Boston, and then we got to play the Islanders. and we're also going to play Philly, then Washington again, and then we got to play Vancouver, which I'm really hoping we get redemption. It's just that we're not. It's not getting any easier, the schedule, and this team isn't getting any better. But anyway, I'm just cooler heads will prevail. I'm just gonna take the rest of this day to just reflect and try to clear my mind. And but I mean, it breaks my heart to see them actually scoring goals but falling apart defensively. It's vice versa. Like, we went from being this great defensive team years back and not being able to score goals at will. Now it's like we can score goals, but our defense just can't hold us in games anymore. And it can't all be put on Lundqvist's shoulders. I mean, Lundqvist has been a beast to start the season, but these defensemen have costed him. Like practically they cost him what could be a Vezina trophy if they continue to fall apart in front of him and leave him out to dry. I'm gonna keep everybody posted, and just remember, let's go Rangers.